Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. I am Jen Thépuppét, your resident fabricant and commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And today we're going to be reviewing the brand new movie from Netflix and from Zack Snyder called Army of the Dead. It's all about zombies and people with guns and money and, the frothy mix that comes out when those all get scrambled together. So, was it good? Was it bad? And should you be watching? Stick around because I have opinions. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, only on Netflix, and it's his first thing that we've seen since, he just did Justice League, the big 4-hour epic. This is a little more laid back, but still, as usual, just a little bit too long. I wish his editors had really taken the time to say, hey, you know what? It's a zombie movie. You don't really need 2.5 hours. Not necessary. And it kind of shows. I think Zack Snyder, he's got a unique vision. I really liked his Dawn of the Dead. I like much of what he's done. If there's anything that I don't like about Zack Snyder, is brevity is not his thing. You would think that more zombie would be better, but you know what? Zombie movies are by and large pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot that you need to spend a lot of time on. But you know what? Netflix paid him. He wants to do it this way, so this is what we're getting. And you know what we're getting? It's a pretty good zombie movie. Not gonna lie, pretty good zombie movie. It's all about, as usual, think about the crazies where, whoops, we're transporting something, we let it loose, oh no, some shit happened. Fortunately, it was in Las Vegas and not, near Las Vegas and not, let's say in New York City or whatever. Maybe this thing wouldn't have been contained, but, it breaks out in Las Vegas, the zombie virus, whatever the hell it is, breaks out in Las Vegas. They get some kind of warning that it happened, and the government is able to kind of wall off. For some reason, they're able to wall off all these zombies into, all these fast zombies inside of Las Vegas. And that's kind of where we, at the very beginning, the first, 7 or 8 minutes of the movie, we see many of the characters who we're going to see later and how they came to be where they are. In particular, we see some of the people that were in Las Vegas and managed to fight their way out, become zombie killers and whatever, and get their way out of there. It sets up Dave Bautista's, character as, someone who was a big fighter in there, and then, he loses some people along the way, and you got his daughter is named Kate, played by Ella Purnell, and we see later, of course, that they're kind of separated because he had to kill his zombified wife. Maury Hardwick plays Vander O, who's this muscly black dude that is another person that fights his way out of, as a part of their team, fights his way out of Las Vegas. And, Ana de la Reguera as Maria Cruz, yet again, someone else who's a total badass, fighting their way out of Las Vegas. And so this happened apparently years ago, and they kind of all go their separate ways when everything's walled off, and they leave the zombies to themselves. And then years later, they're approached by a Japanese businessman with an interesting and very lucrative deal. Get into his casino down in the heart of Las Vegas, where $200 million awaits anyone who can get in there and get the hell out by a helicopter that is fortunately on the roof. And so they have to, Ocean's 11 style, they've got to assemble a crew who's crazy and dumb enough to want to go into deep into the heart of the only zombie city in the world and try to retrieve this money. Money. It all makes the world go round, and apparently makes you want to get, in the jaws of some damn zombies. But some of these guys are seasoned killers, and one of them is just a crazy old German guy who thinks he really, really, really wants to break this high-tech safe. And of course, money. What kind of complicates this, of course, is that there's a bunch of zombie refugees. And did I mention? They're going to nuke the whole damn city in a couple days. They only got about 48 hours to make this happen. No worries, no pressure whatsoever, right? And what proceeds from there, the daughter works in the camp, and she has a stake in this because a couple friends of hers have decided to go into to the city to steal some money so that they can get out of the refugee camp. Refugees, of course, these are people that no one trusts them because they were rescued from Las Vegas, but somehow no one believes that they're not actually carrying the virus. It's just a big metaphor for refugees camps. Let's just be clear. This is a straight up bash over the head metaphor for refugee camps at the border of the United States right now with immigration. Just understand that that's what's going on. And people apparently suck there because there's one guard and he's an asshole. What he's being set up for later on. Again, this is not a very complicated deal. The most complicated things is that there's a lot of unspoken, unresolved emotional tension between various characters, like Scott Ward and Kate Ward, the mom, the dad and daughter, and between Maria and Scott, and there's Vander he's gotten all philosophical, but they're trying to make that money. It's really that simple, except for the fact that zombies are fucking smart. There's a bunch of dumbass zombies that they either withered away in the sun or they're somehow hibernating somewhere, and it's all very fun, right? And you know how it's going to work. They got to walk through some zombies. The zombie's going to wake up. It's going to go down. They're going to shoot the shit out of them. But there are smart zombies. There are zombies who can think and talk, and they communicate, and they ride zombie ass horses. And did I mention there's a zombie tiger? It's all very cool. I kind of liken this to, this movie is part Romero. Romero really tried to make his zombies evolve from just being shamblers to kind of thinking creatures. So it's part Romero, part Resident Evil, wherein we see higher level zombies, if you will. And then it's also a little bit of Suicide Squad, because it's clearly a suicide mission, and you expect nobody to live through this. And the daughter insinuates herself into this. Maybe she'll live. Maybe she'll live. It's all. You know what? This is very fun. Things happen more or less the way you expect, but when they do happen, they're fun. There's a lot of zombies flying around, getting shot up, explosions, people getting eaten to death, killing themselves, and all this other fun. Killing themselves with what are they, grenades. There's a douchebag that a la Aliens, douchebag representing corporate interests. Of course he tries to screw them, and then he gets some ironic ass death at the hands of a tiger. It's all predictable, all very fun though. I don't mind the predictability. I want it to be fun. It's all very fun stuff. I laughed a lot. I just kind of like, yeah, that's pretty badass. And kind of one of the surprise, more interesting, fun things about this is that the king zombie, the alpha zombie, the first zombie, patient zero, if you will, I like to call him Zomni Man. If you've seen Invincible, he's like, this dude's like, he damn near, if he can't fly, but he damn near should be able to fly the way. She's just such a badass, and he has like, he's smart enough to put on a helmet and all this other stuff. The fights with him, no one wins. It's all very fun and entertaining. And of course, it ends with a twist and all this other. There's a twist that is easy to see from miles away. Someone survives and you're like, how? But you know what? Don't ask too many questions. There's a lot of that in here. Don't ask too many questions about the logic and some of this stuff. Doesn't make any damn sense. But work with it, But if you like all those movies I mentioned, Suicide Squad, any of the Romero Dead things, Resident Evil, all that stuff, this is going to be for you. You are going to like this movie and possibly want to see a sequel to it. But I can't imagine that they're going to sequelize this. But if they do, I'm down for it. And I know there's a prequel anime and everything coming. So really looking forward to that. So I recommend, if you have a chance, hit up Netflix, watch this movie. I think you'll be really entertained. All right, so that's my thoughts on Army of the Dead. So what did you guys think of this movie? And what did you think about my reaction, or my review rather? Why don't you get down into the comments, let me know what you're thinking. And while you're at it, you can hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And hey, are you a member of the Super Not Funny Show family? What? You're not? Well, get down there and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell. It'll let you know when we drop new content. And we're doing that all the time. New reactions, new reviews, anything else that floats our pop culture boat. Like the Super Not Funny show Supercast, where me and my friend Lottie, we talk about all things superhero that's not in a comic book. And you can come join us for that. We'd appreciate that. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks once again for joining me on this review. Come back next time. We're going to review yet another movie. Until then, I have been Jen Thépuppét, your resident Fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace!